Don't Leave Me is a psychological horror game on Roblox that's about a person named Soul losing their best friend Oreo due to Oreo wanting to end the friendship. Soul becomes extremely depressed and in two endings either kills Oreo or themselves. But what if I told you Soul is actually the one in the wrong? Upon our first interaction with Oreo, we're met with a scene of dialogue that shows how Oreo is tired of Soul always bitching about how their life sucks, they have no friends. Oreo is obviously mentally drained from all this and ends their friendship with Soul. Soul comes home to see that their mom visited them. Oh, so nice. She shows genuine concern for why they're upset and then says how Oreo was apparently a bad friend for ending the friendship and how good friends wouldn't end friendships. This is an extremely harmful mindset. If somebody is in a relationship where they are constantly feeling bad and mentally exhausted with the other person, they will want to leave that person. That doesn't make them bad, it just means they're looking out for themselves and their own mental health. Soul thinks that their mother isn't comforting them, so they go to a bench and think about how no one understands them. they dream about Oreo being rude, and then another friend of theirs named Sean? Yeah, Soul has multiple friends apparently. Dream version of Sean berates Soul and says how he feels like Soul only uses him for venting and comfort. Remember, this is just a dream. When Soul wakes up, you're met with two options. Ending it or ending Oreo. If you walk towards the knife, Soul kills themselves, and the point of view switches to Oreo. And this scene right here is super important. Oreo is walking out of their house on their way to apologize for Soul. But Oreo shouldn't apologize for shit! He was uncomfortable and exhausted in a clearly toxic friendship, and now he feels the need to apologize. Like, bro, when Oreo comes to Soul's house, he sees that Soul died, then it skips to a random time and Oreo kills himself. Now, if you decided to walk out the door instead of kicking the chair, Soul takes the path of killing Oreo. Soul also does a creepy, really messed up rant about how they just wanted to be loved and how they thought Oreo was nice.
I got this scene with the endings mixed up. Soul actually says this after he kills himself, not when killing Oreo.
Wait, Oreo is nice. They literally were gonna apologize after ending a friendship that they hated. Soul is an extremely toxic and self-pitying individual. Instead of getting professional mental health, they clearly needed, by the way, they drove their friend away with their damaging behavior and then killed themselves the next day. And remember, Soul had another friend, possibly more that we don't know about. Why did Soul never seek Sean out in real life? They had a dream about Sean saying they were toxic, but we never actually saw him in the actual game. For all we know, he could have been an extremely kind person and maybe even gotten some mental health that they clearly needed. And yes, I do want to criticize Oreo a little bit, but just barely. The words Oreo said when ending his friendship with Soul were a bit harsh, but we can easily say that he was overwhelmed and fed up with Soul's behavior. Oreo is human, he's not going to say the best things all the time, especially not when under a lot of pressure. But even so, he was literally going to apologize the very next day. Oreo isn't a jerk, he isn't a bad friend, he's a normal-ass dude! Soul is a bum who does not deserve Oreo. I stand by my opinion.